Hi.
How are you?
I'm
Good.
good. How are you?
Well, it's cold. I'm trying to winter like Catherine May taught me in her book, and I'm going to
Yes.
say that I'm trying to winter.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yes, I winter very well, so I'm
Yeah,
okay
you
with
do,
yes.
but this is the kind of the air hurts my face. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was when they like it's the feels like, right? It's the feels
Yeah.
like 29 and you're like,
Yeah.
nope,
No,
nope.
I know.
Yeah.
When I was in Paris, it was 41,
Yeah.
feels like 32.
Yeah, and that's not fun.
I'm gonna say a word that I know you don't like. Layers. We walked we walked up to 8 miles a day,
Yeah, that's the beauty
bundled
of
up.
it, right? That's the
Yeah,
thing, and I mean, you can stop in
bundled
and
up.
go have something warm, but it's more of that's not my day to day, and it's more like when it's your day to day instead of you're on a holiday. It's a
Yes.
little different. Like layers in Paris is a different type of layers.
Well, okay, I have a question for you.
Yes,
So, when it comes to layers,
yes,
I know you don't like layers of clothes. I mean, there were
yes.
times where I'm like, I feel like the Michelin Man, like I can't put my arms down. But I know you like layers on your face.
I am going to bed like a wet seal my entire life. That that has always been my like I like that. I like feeling like my face is not only moisturized, it's feel hydrating. I I don't do a 18 step as much as
Yeah,
I used to, but I am
yeah.
still layering and
Mhm.
face, body, everything, but really for my skin because it's just really I this is when the oils come out. I have a friend
Oh
makes a
gosh.
beautiful rosehip oil.
Mhm.
I am pulling out some of my favorite brands to layer
Mhm.
on. And I don't like a thick layer. I kind of like this soothing layer, but my skin is also dry at this time.
Oh,
So I
mine
have
too.
to kind of
So
like, you know, wait 15 minutes, put this on, wait another 15 minutes, put that on, wait another 15 minutes. So it's like an hour process. So by the time at the end of like 40 minutes, I'm like, oh, I can put makeup on today.
yeah. Wow. I am in, as you know, for the past month, I've been under the care of a dermatologist trying to
Mhm.
help me with the hormonal acne that I've been
Yeah.
experiencing. And so I've been through a whole gamut of antibiotics and topical stuff. And I've been having an allergic reaction. But it's taken me literally until yesterday to finally realize it wasn't that, it wasn't that, it wasn't that, it's finally this. So by
Okay.
process of for a month. So I want to scratch my eyes out of my face. I have a rash and hives on my face. I put makeup on, for the first time just like an hour ago to try to it's so
Yeah.
awful, but my skin is so dry. And it's dry
Yeah.
from the winter, but it's also dry from the
The
things
product
that,
that you're
yes,
doing.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
also too,
yeah.
since you're in Dallas, Dallas is also dry. Like it's not
It
like,
is. Yeah.
when the winter hits, it's cold and dry. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
and that's the thing about, layering products and also layering the right
Mhm.
way. And for
Mhm.
there's always a way to layer products. And,
Mhm.
I'm glad we have, the professional that's coming to help us all with
Yeah.
that, to talk about winter skin because we're literally just in it. I mean, we're just really
Mhm.
entering winter. It felt like it a few
Yes.
when we were, but we're still fall, but we're deep in winter. I will like say I am greasy like my little wet seal with my Catherine May wintering book. And
You're
but
so
yeah,
funny. Well, before we move on, I want to pause for a second with you and
yes,
talk about what a great season 2 we have had. Can you believe the guests that we have had? We have had, okay, help me go through the list. We
yes,
started with the bomb, April Ryan.
April.
Wow. And then we had the fabulous Eleanor Allen.
Eleanor, yeah, all the gems. That's one of the things. Like every episode is you need to take a notepad. Like I will say, take your
God,
notes down.
no
Yeah,
kidding. No kidding. I don't remember them all in order. Who was after Eleanor? Was that Jane
Jane. We had fabulous.
Park?
Who you just
Yes.
saw? Who you just saw?
Fabulous Jane. Yes.
Jane in
Yes.
Paris. And then
And then
we had Sarah.
um Sarah. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
And
Yes.
this is
The
and that
nuggets
and
of how
people
to
should
balance.
people
Yeah.
who are, with the holidays and the children right now, go listen to that
Mhm.
episode. Understanding the juggling, especially
Uh,
this time of year,
yes.
can actually really, really help you. And then,
Yeah. She
we
had
had
lots of gems for us.
lots of them. We have Dr.
Dr.
Shepherd, Dr.
Jessica
Jessica
Shepherd.
Shepherd, Generation M, a book came out
Yes.
this year all about menopause and just understanding what's going on, and also being able to talk with someone about that from the professional perspective
Yes.
and
And
everything like that.
her chapter on dry skin, I'm like,
Yes, yes,
"Ah." I
yes.
never told her this. I'm gonna tell you real quick. So when I got the book, I
Mhm.
opened it to that chapter. I read like the first page of that chapter
Uh-huh.
about, thinning hair and drying skin. And I just closed the book and looked out the window and just went, ah. So sad. She was great. Such an
Yes.
informative conversation.
Yes,
Yes,
and then we
yes.
had Amanda
Then we had,
Jones, fiery Amanda
ooh,
Jones, that
love
librarian.
her.
I tell people I
Yes.
read the book and then went back and listened to the audio because I was going in
Mhm.
and out of the audio as while I was reading it, and then I went back and re-listened to it. Yeah,
Oh, so good. Yes,
yeah,
yeah. She was phenomenal. And then we just had the fabulous Karen Boynton Townsend.
yes, yeah,
Towns, sorry.
towns,
Yep.
towns, yeah,
Yes,
and
she was incredible. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
yes. And
Yes.
so, one of the things as we wind down to the end of season 2, we're bringing
Mhm.
something a little different for our next
Mhm.
episode. So, we're going live, right now, and you'll be able to see this, listen to this episode on Spotify, Apple, and
Mhm.
YouTube, wherever you're going. But if you have any questions,
Mhm.
we're going with someone that you know very well and
I
someone
do know
I
very
don't
well.
know yet, but I'm obsessed with her. We're obsessed about the same kind of thing. And this
Yes.
my beauty writer heart is so happy right now because
Well, it's because of you that I know her,
y-
even though you don't know her.
even though I
I'll
don't,
tell that story.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
okay, you do the introduction then.
Okay, so I want to introduce everyone to a fantastic woman, not only in mind, body, and spirit, but a skin expert, an esthetician, a small business owner, and we are going to have a fun and informative conversation with Lacy Yamaoka. Yamaoka. I was asking her, I was like, I've never said your last name before. And I said it. And she's like, well, now you just said it. And so now I said it the wrong way. Yamaoka. Yes?
It happens all the time. Hi, ladies.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm
Lacy.
married into that last name, you know.
Lacy.
It's a great last name. It's a great last name.
Yeah.
Yes. And
You
you
guys,
are the owner of Elo. Is it Elo?
Elo
Yes.
Skin. So it's named
Yes.
after my daughter Eloise, who's now
Yes.
6. But yeah, we're here in Dallas, North
Mm-hmm.
Dallas. And
Mm-hmm.
as you ladies know, we do things a little differently here as far as we're partnered with Biologique Recherche skincare line, which is a more European way of thinking about the skin and treating the skin. So yeah, I'm here to talk all the things that you guys are curious about.
so
Absolutely. Well,
so
you've been my
oh,
esthetician and taking care of my face for, do you know that this is
How
our
long?
2-year anniversary?
Are you serious? Wow. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
time
Julie
flies.
is the one that introduced me to the products. I went online and started finding them. And then I Googled, where is this? Like, surely this has got to be available somewhere near me. And you're like just a stone's throw from me.
Yeah, I mean, that's primarily why I'm here because there was only Dallas locations. So to kind of move
Hmm.
a little further north as I was driving always to Dallas to get my BR facials and skincare. So
Hmm.
yeah, how did you discover Biologique? Were you using P50 or did
yeah,
you?
so I don't know if you know, I'm a former beauty blogger and writer.
Yes.
So when I heard
Okay.
about P50, it was from Rescue Beauty in Philadelphia.
Yes.
That's where
New.
I first discovered. And I was like, what is this acid toner stuff? Like I was like, okay. And once I started using it, I was like, okay, my skin texture has changed. It has changed my skin. So it was going, okay. And then I remember getting the mask, which I tell people the VO mask, it stinks. It works, but it stinks.
Yes.
And I just and so I was talking to my other friends and they were like, "Oh yeah, BR, BR, BR." And so then when I went to Paris one time, I actually went. So it was
Amazing.
not my normal place in Paris that I would go, but because I love the products, because I love the brand so much, I was like, okay, I have to get a facial there. And to me, it is one of those products like I'm on a desert island. I'm taking
Oh,
sunscreen in that. Like I'm taking sunscreen in that. Like that is like it is
it's a
those
game
products.
changer.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
for those who don't know really about Biologique Recherche, can you talk a little bit about that for people before we go in? Because I don't need people running out like, I went and got this toner and this other stuff, but how do you use it? But tell them about the brand and why it's so good. And it's like, I mean, we don't work for the brand. I mean, we don't work for the brand, but I can say how great the products are.
Yeah, so Biologique Recherche, it's been around for, more than 40 years. And basically, their premise is the science of the skin, and they focus on the pH of the skin, which essentially is the barrier of the skin, which we can talk more about the details of that when we talk about some tips. But they were kind of the first to take a look at why we need to balance the skin and how that kind of is the foundation of addressing all the skin conditions, whether it's acne, dryness, and they don't really put your skin in a box and treat it in the moment. So what's going on with your skin today? It could be oily. Tomorrow it could be dehydrated or dry. So they really tailor their treatments and even, their regimens to particular skin conditions and what's happening with your skin in the moment. So it's quite an extensive line, but I also what I love about it is you can minimalize it for people who don't like to do a lot because their products are results driven and transformative. Like that was probably my first draw was once you see your skin after one facial, it's transformed, So once you use those quality ingredients, it's just amazing. And you really don't need as much as you would think. We have the maximalists out there, but you really can just be kind of, pick and choose on what your skin's doing or per season, change your skincare regimen. And that's why I love the brand. It's just so versatile.
And how long have you been with the brand? Like Bryn, like working with those products?
Yeah, so I've been an esthetician for 7 years now. So I've been with them for 6.
Okay.
I got with them right before COVID and went to training straight out of esthetician school. Just like you, I went to Paris, discovered the brand, and fell in love because it was a total game changer. And I only had found the P50. But yeah, just like you, I was like, this is my product,
It's so great. And I know people who know me have seen like people that don't even know what I do to my skin are like, what's like your skin looks so different. Like you're like shiny. And when we first started, I was kind of a wreck. I'm still a wreck, but my skin was kind of a wreck. And, and now, it's all so nice and balanced. And I don't know how all your clients are, Lacy, but I know I come to you and every month is a new opportunity for you to work on the things that because I'm constantly like, my skin's dry, am I breaking out? It's too this, it's too that, it seems like it changes all the time. So how do you deal with that? How do you, with your expertise and the products that you use and the facials and everything, how do you deal with like me who every month seems to, need something different?
Well, as you know, Michelle, there's a serum for everything. But, literally we have this arsenal that we can kind of cocktail and layer. And honestly, Biologique trains us how to molecularly look at the products and layer them in, because a lot of people don't understand that aspect of it as like what's going to penetrate to the deeper layer, keep you hydrated all day. So there's just some tips and tricks as far as that goes. And that's what's fun about our job is it's always changing. There's a challenge. And honestly, with Biologique Recherche, you can figure out a solution most of the time for a client. But like you said, as you were saying with your skin issue that's going on, sometimes we have to refer out to dermatologists and things. But, most of the time when we're dealing with, skin conditions that pop up on the fly, we can help our clients.
Well,
Well, and I did have a problem. You know, I did do a procedure on my face, a halo laser
Yes.
that was too strong. It destroyed, kind of my word, like it ruined the biome of my face. And so you had to help me get that back. And then in the meantime, I have hormonal things going on. And so yeah, it's just been, you know, it
I
is what
mean,
it is.
that's the cool thing about the skin. It can get out of whack and out of balance, but it can be rebalanced pretty quickly. That's why we're able to kind of step in and guide you guys on what to do in certain, instances. Like when you did the laser, we offer, facials, sterile facials. Biologique has a really cool protocol for sensitized skin that, will just put almost like stripping back everything you're doing and minimizing. Less is more. And everybody, especially in Texas, wants to do more, more, more. And that
I,
kind of leads into like winter. You
I
really
think
just want
I
to.
think everybody, Lacey, now, I think social media and people who, they think they need this and don't really almost take the time to say, in this season, my skin may need this, and that season, my skin may need that. And they never really also grew up with that kind of like, if I grew up where everything was about makeup, right? And I grew up in the 80s, like in
Me too.
you know what I mean, 80s and 90s, and everything was about makeup. But my grandmother would be like, "Oh no, 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 no! Let's work on this face and skincare routine before you put anything on your face first. Like
Amazing.
we have to figure this out. You're not wearing all this makeup, and your skin underneath is not being properly washed, properly cleaned when you're home." But for people who they hear all these words, can you explain the difference between hydration and moisturizing? Because those
Mm.
two are so used so much that I think people don't know the difference between and how they are similar but different.
Yeah, so hydration of the skin, we have our own natural hyaluronic acid in our skin, but you really want to be using particular products that keeps your skin hydrated. So for instance, people say, "Oh, I didn't drink enough water today." Well, that really doesn't that's internal, but it doesn't really affect the different layers of your skin. So you constantly want to be layering your skin with hydration, serums particularly. But what I will say about that is you want to start off with a good cleanser. If you're not doing the proper cleanser, then your next products aren't going to penetrate. So for instance, you do a cleanser, you do your toner, and then you do your serums. Some people will just skip all those steps, and you have to layer properly for your skin to stay hydrated throughout the full day. So
Do you recommend a certain cleanse like for winter? Like if you're dry, should
Yeah,
you be having foaming things like
yes.
for cleansing, or should
what's
you
the
be more
winter
gentle,
protocol?
like the
Yeah.
winter?
Since you touched on kind of your deserted island product, mine is definitely the lake cleansers with Biologique Recherche because
Yes, she
yes,
sold me on it just last month, just 2 months ago. Yep.
yes, people are not cleansing properly. So they're all oil-based cleansers, even though they're called lay. So they have a plethora where it's for dry skin. We have an oxygenating one that's a little more active for acne or acne prone. And then we have a sebum regulating. So we have a lot of good cleansers, one for sensitivity, but basically they're all oil-based and use the same mechanism. So you want to really spend time massaging them into dry skin. So no foaming happening. Like you're really just softening the skin to prepare your skin and balance the skin for the next steps.
Now I have a quick.
So
I got to ask a quick question because I'm now is are we talking? Tell people because some people like me, I
yeah.
like a cleansing balm to remove makeup, and
Yes.
then I go into a cleanser. I don't use the cleanser as the makeup remover.
Right.
So
So the lay cleansers you can use as
okay,
makeup removers. My favorite for winter is Lay EV. Amazing at removing makeup. So you just want to double cleanse if you do have on makeup because it's oil based. So you wouldn't use don't emulsify it. You'll just do it on dry skin, remove all your makeup. You can even rub it around your eyes, remove with cold water, tepid water on either a washcloth or I like to use these cotton pads and then go in with another cleanse just to make sure you removed everything, especially if you're wearing makeup. I wouldn't say, I'm not like you have to do a double cleanse every night, but if you do have on, sunscreen or something makeup wise, definitely double cleanse.
okay, and then we go
And
to
What's next? Yeah, with the
So
winter routine.
50 toner, don't ever forget it. But basically, again, another winter tip with P50, it's just a gentle way of exfoliating your skin. It's a toner. We have 6. But even during winter, I would probably opt for one of our more sensitive, gentle ones, even though people think you want to exfoliate more in the winter. But honestly, you want to be very gentle with your skin in the winter because of all the changing temps. Okay. So P50 toner next. So you want to pat this into your skin. It's not a swiping toner. You want it to penetrate into the skin. And what you're doing is balancing the barrier, prepping the skin for the serums, and then moving on to your creams or however many steps you want to do. But just a gentle exfoliating toner will honestly keep you glowy. You won't be dull. Like, it just balances the pH of the skin, and that's the key to kind of the lipids in the skin and that barrier, which that's what Biologique is all about. And honestly, the best approach to addressing any kind of skin condition, acne, dryness,
You
all that.
talked about serums. So after the serums, what comes after for different people? In like,
So,
what about somebody who's on a retinol program? Like, if they're on a retinol, like, where is that coming in on their program?
So there's so many people that do use retinol and P50 now, but for the most part, Biologique, we don't really think you should use a retinol with your P50. You don't have to, per se. There's the people that want to get it in their routine and they're making gentle versions. Yes. There you go. We can accommodate. Like, maybe you won't do P50 twice a day, or maybe you'll rotate. It just depends on kind of the retinol that you're using. But basically what you want to do if you are using retinol is use a hydrating serum right after your P50. The key to retinols is really keeping your skin hydrated and using those more sensitive skin products. So I would definitely go for a more hydrating foundation serum that we use.
Okay. And then after that, was like, if it's morning, what's the step? And if it's night, what's after that step? Well, that's night for retinol. So what's after that?
So after serums, well, we can get really detailed and go, those are kind of quintessential serums if you want to do a smaller water base. And then we have some targeted serums, which for winter, we have an amazing oil serum. We only have one oil serum, but that one's great for hydration and sealing in any kind of epidermal water loss. Or you can just drop that into your cream. So if you want to be minimal and do a 4-step, that's it. Just boom, a little oil in your cream, and it really seals in your routine that you just invested that time in doing.
The oil is the one that I like so much. I love the oil.
But what about people who are oily? Because a lot of times oily people believe they can't use oil. That's so somebody who's listening, what do you think about, oily skin with the oil, or would you recommend something else?
It depends. It depends on if they're acne prone and just have hormonal breakouts during the month and more mature skin, then our serum tool might work for that brilliantly. If you have active breakouts, probably not. But I do treat acne differently than a lot of estheticians. I find a lot of acne skin needs hydration. It needs, some TLC, if you will. So just like doing harsh things and trying to eradicate the acne is not really the approach. Again, it's like balancing the skin, using the proper moisturizer that's not going to congest the skin, and just almost like a more basic routine, but coming in more for facials will help just rebalance the skin and do some LED too. There's so many ways, but for oily skin, sometimes you can use an oil. It just depends.
So, Lacy, yes, talk about that a little bit. You said coming in for regular facials, can make a difference. So I had been doing facials for many years before I started doing them with you,
Yes.
and I enjoyed it. They were very nice, and the woman that was doing them was very good. But she, so I would do a microdermabrasion followed by a glycolic acid peel, and then she would do a mask on me, and then and so when I came to see you, it's an entirely different experience. can you talk about the benefits of a quality facial and not to say that what I was doing before wasn't quality, but what separates, what are, share with us your expertise on the different types of facials and what makes one more better for like you said, what did you say? Mature skin.
Your skin. Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of different estheticians, particularly in Dallas, I was finding in the market, it's a lot of layering and more harsh approach, microdermabrasion, peels, all the things. And we're very like massage led. So we want to relax the client, but also the way we're trained with Biologique is to almost reshape, remodel the face because we're taught these lifting techniques with massage to stimulate the muscles in the face. So it's almost like, you're a work of art and we're trying to really lift the skin. That's kind of, we never go down on the skin, just certain things. And also lymphatic drainage. That's huge. I know that's kind of a trendy term right now. But it's incredible if you do know how to do lymphatic drainage and are trained in it, how you'll feel the drainage in the back of your throat during a facial, and your face is just so much slimmer by the end of it. So yeah. And, as you were touching on the monthly facials, we never had a monthly membership until my clients started asking for it. And it was like, wow, you guys do want to come in every month. And it's been the best thing because we've seen better results. And, it's all about cell turnover when you're exfoliating the skin and treating the skin. So just as we age, that gets longer and longer. So we use a little technology in helping to turn over the cells and just shorten that. I know that's kind of hard to understand, but just shorten that turnover so you always have glowy, more plumped out fine lines and wrinkles. Of course, we want to eradicate them altogether, but we're not really in the business of, Botox and filler and all those things, but just making your skin and skin health glow and shine,
I think your training, because I've been a Francophile since I studied abroad in college. And for me, going there was understanding that facials were maintenance. Because to me, the States was like, oh, it's a treat. Oh, somebody gave you, it was a holiday birthday. You gotta, it wasn't, well, no, this is like going to the doctor. You go to the doctor, you go to your esthetician, they take care of your face. If you have a body worker, they take care of your body. It's part of the it's part of your being. It just makes you, so for me, I look at it like that's what your program is like you come in every month and this is part of your routine. It's part of taking care of yourself. It's not the treat. It is saying, hey, I'm taking care of myself in this way. And when we talk about, BR is like a high quality product. If you're new to it, and we'll have like the link in the show notes. It's really, and also too, they have a great YouTube channel.
Yes.
I subscribe to their YouTube channel. For people who may be just getting into it or may not be ready for that investment of BR, what are some budget friendly ways that they can also achieve glowing skin until they're ready to make that kind of leap?
Yeah, we can do a consult anytime and kind of have a look at what they're currently using and then start slow. Honestly, if you use our cleanser and P50, it will change your skin in a matter of weeks. So that's always my first thing for people that are unsure, just want to kind of dip their toe in. It's like, all right, try the cleanser and the toner and your skin's going to be much more bright and just will react better. Because what you're doing too with that is just, we have so much environmental factors around us. So you just want to balance the skin, and whatever other products you're using, as long as you have that foundation, you'll probably be good to go. But of course, we love our people that love all and only BR. So we have travel sizes, smaller sizes, mid sizes that can kind of help people on a budget, and we're willing to work with anyone, and we have little teen kits, if your daughters want to get into it or need a consult and help in that arena. That's becoming more and more popular too.
Okay. What is in the teen kit?
Oh, just so P50 and the toner, P50 and the cleanser, of course. Derma Purifiante, which is one of our best creams for acne. And then we customize the rest of the kit as far as the serum, and we'll put a little mask vivant, the stinky mask, because every skin loves that.
Mask is
Um,
it's fire though. It is literally
But
you
it's
feel
so
like
good.
it feels like it's like a filter for your face. That's how like when you take it off, it is like a filter for your face.
yeah.
Well,
So,
and
I
Lacy
mean,
has
with creams,
great
it's more about
tips too, because
education.
you like mix it and mix it with the other one. She knows I don't
Yes.
know the names of any of these things. Yeah, like blend them together and stuff. It's all kinds of great tips you've got.
Yeah, you can mosaic mask or layer. Yeah, we have all the tips with masking. So it can
Yeah,
be fun.
we have a question. So someone was
Mhm.
asking about microdermabrasions and chemical peels are not
Yes.
preferred for mature skin or
So we actually do a chemical peel through Biologique Recherche. We do a plethora of boosters, different ways to, that's their term for different ways to, exfoliate the skin. So microdermabrasion can be a little harsh. Like I would probably do that on a thicker skin or a male client. But chemical peels are okay. You just have to make sure the skin is strong enough and balanced, and make sure they're going to have a good result, because we don't like anybody to leave red or have any downtime. I mean, even with our micro needling, we're very particular with that. And, zero downtime is always the best for our clients. So, and you can still get the same
Absolutely.
result if you're just on top of your skin health at home, especially. I mean, that's key.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we have another question. How young is too young to start a skincare routine?
Oh gosh. Well, Eloise, my daughter, yeah, she's 6, and I've got her doing all the things. But yeah, I mean, it's hard this day watching some of the teens go crazy, or the youth in Sephora, and they're not really having the guidance. So next year, I really want to focus on having some little seminars with teens, or doing consults and just educating in that arena, because I know that can be frustrating. I remember being a teen with acne. So yeah, never too young to kind of create those rituals and habits, right? Like I didn't have that really growing up. It just wasn't the time. So I try to do that with my daughter, at least with cleansing. I mean, half the teens aren't cleansing properly, you know?
Well,
So
also
Well,
there
and right now you're talking to the moms and the aunts and the godmothers and stuff. So what do you say to them who are taking their these young ladies that they love into Sephora and stuff? How do we guide the teens today?
yeah, I mean, less is more. Don't be layering too many acids, yeah, their skin's freaking out because it's not balanced. So I just try to tell them, okay, are they cleansing with a gentle cleanser, something non-foaming? That's kind of, I know we say that all the time as SDs, but it's true. So if you can kind of get them on those initial steps, then their skin will be much better off. But I mean, of course, if we can get them in for a facial too, that's even better.
well, I
Because
also
they'll listen to us, not their parents.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's also too, like I'm around a 13-year-old a lot, and they're on their phones and they see everything and everybody's doing, and I am like, your skin right now, her skin is perfect, and I mean perfect in every way a beautiful 13-year-old skin can possibly be. I'm like, please let's not mess this up. Like,
Yes.
let's not mess this
Yes,
up.
that's
They're
awesome.
in the golden period. It's like never be this good again.
Like,
And how, so, all the youth now, they're on top of their SPF game. That's huge.
yes, yes.
Oh,
The sun
Yes.
damage I got in Texas growing up, I mean, still paying for it.
But also
and
too,
and the
like tell
tanning
people,
beds and
but tell people they still need to wear sunscreen in the winter, because a lot of people believe if the
Yes,
sun isn't shining and I'm not on a beach somewhere, where there's sun, I don't need it.
exactly. So, and with sunscreen, it's all about protecting the collagen and elastin. UV is the number one breakdown of those things. So it's not even, I mean, maybe if you're predisposed to cancer in your, skin cancer in your family, but just think about the skin benefits of wearing sunscreen, and just keeping your skin protected. You just got to make it a habit. If you're inside all day working, okay, but in Texas, you're most likely going to be out there in it.
Mhm.
Um, and even like the backs of your hands, the areas you don't think about get a lot of sun.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah. So,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
so any skincare tips for darker skin people in the colder months?
Yes. So P50, PIGM 400, which is one of our formulas that has vitamin C in it. It's not harsh. You have to be careful with acids on dark skin. So I would definitely opt for P50, PIGM just because it helps with pigmentation and keeping your skin bright. It has a gentle form of vitamin C, which is wasabi extract. So a plant botanical, Biologique has a ton of those in their products. It's not so harsh. Like if you were going to use a vitamin C, there's a few that are stronger and darker skin tones can't handle that. In addition to AHAs and BHAs. So you just have to be, gentle, mindful of what you're using with ingredients. But that's probably my favorite way. And mask PIGM 400. The whole line of PIGM is so great for darker skin. Like you can literally brighten dark skin in an instant with mask PIGM.
So, do you recommend for darker skin, like any of like the modalities of like I'm not a fan of microdermabrasion for my personal skin. I've actually had somebody just do the first roll. I was like, well, nope, stop. Just it
Yeah,
was a
it
little
really
too much.
tugs in the skin too.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a big fan of microdermabrasion. We have a lot of modalities that we use, microcurrent to lift the skin. We use ultrasound that helps penetrate serums deeper into the skin. I'm
Red
trying
light therapy.
3D, yes.
Oh,
LR
yeah.
Okay,
is
because I'm,
huge.
I'm I'm going on what everybody's seeing when they open their For You
Yes.
page, red light therapy, because so many people have a mask now. They're selling at home red light therapy mask to do so.
Yeah,
People,
and the benefits of red light, again, it's the cell turnover. So the more you use it, you're exciting that energy, the ATP and the mitochondria of the cells, just to get a little nerdy. But, shortening that cell turnover, getting more facials, using LED more, using more tech. Like I love including some kind of modality that, like a non-harsh, no downtime modality. We do a little bit of radio frequency too. That's good for tightening the skin. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tools in our arsenal. And like you said, that you can do at home, incorporating LED as much as you can. It's great with the mask and you can multitask and yeah.
Well,
now,
you also do the yellow light and the blue light. I've had all the lights
Well,
and the oxygen. They come. Oh man, yes. And the algae wrap and just, I mean, it's all kinds of
yes, the
things.
cold mask. How could I forget? Yeah, that's another thing that's huge for winter, like not using hot or hot water. Don't stick your face right under a hot shower. Anti-inflammatory things. And we do cryotherapy in all of our facials. Like Biologique
oh,
is big on that. And it's just such a luxe moment. And it really tightens the pores and almost like freezes our facial into place. I feel like it just really sculpts the skin. So
now I have a quick question, and this is like I know one of my friends is going to watch this because I was telling her that if she uses a retinol at night, she needs to wash her face again the next day,
yes,
the next
In
morning.
the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was
yeah,
like, no. And I was like, yes. So you're the professional.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm definitely a face washer in the morning. I just
I
find
didn't know that there was not a thing of face washing in the
well,
morning.
some
Because
people will
Uh,
splash it with water,
yeah.
be very simple. But we have a cleanser, the VIP that I was talking about, the oxygenating. Like I struggle with eye puffiness and just kind of I want to feel more bright when I cleanse my skin. So I have to do some sort of massage just to get blood flow going. And yeah, I definitely cleanse in the morning and recommend it. Again, like if you're going to put on skincare, you want to soften your skin and just prep it for your skincare to go deep. You know what I mean? To do its job because it's an investment.
Okay. Guasha.
wow.
Are you guasha? Are you a guasha girl?
Totally. So, a little tip I say if you're going to buy the stone and just it sits there and not use it, which is half of my people, because it's kind of awkward, right? And you're scared you're going to break it or drop it or whatever. So we have a silicone glove. It's a face glove that you literally can use as a gua sha just to do face massage with your cleanser. that's probably my favorite that I kind of reach for. But if I'm in like a Sunday self-care mode where I'm doing more of an elongated thing, then gua sha is great. And we offer gua sha in our facials, and we love it for allergies. So like any kind of tension, even ocular tension or just allergies, if you're real stuffy right here, we'll kind of, loosen this for people and just they'll feel decongested. So it can be a great tool if
Wonderful.
you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Lacey, I can't wait for your hands to touch my face.
I can't wait.
Her hands are going to be touching my face tomorrow.
I know. I can't believe I get to see you tomorrow. Yay.
Well, and one of the things I love about the Elo facials is they're so bespoken. Like I said, it's like whatever you come in with, like she's constantly pulling out all of her, bag of tricks. She's got a bag of tricks. So
yeah, and we
so Lacy,
enjoy that. Like when you have an event, or we want to be that kind of last touch and help you get, a glow going for whatever you're up to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So to recap for us, what are so the winter tips? What are the recap like as we go through December, January, February? Yes.
And March for those who don't live in Texas.
That's true. Yes.
Okay.
March people.
Yes. Number one tip would be focus on the pH of the skin. So balancing the skin using a gentle exfoliator. Don't do all the harsh things during this time. Stripping it back to a simple routine, hydrating, using an oil like serum tool that we use just to seal in that water loss. Like you really want to focus on sealing in your own moisture because again, we have hyaluronic, we create our own natural. So yeah, sealing in the moisture. What else? Lasers and all the kind of more intense things, save those for the shoulder seasons, maybe like fall or spring. Just really focus on self-care in your at-home routine and skin health during the winter because in Texas, I mean, it's raining yesterday, it's cold today. It's just a different condition and your skin's going through it. So if you're not balancing the skin during those kind of crucial periods, it'll just break down, your collagen and elastin over time.
And I know that Elo just had her 3-year anniversary.
Yes.
So yes, congratulations on that. And what's next? What's coming for 2025? And then also I want to point out to everyone that's listening and watching that all of your products are available online. So even though you have to be in person for the facial, they can still be customers of yours if they don't live here.
Yes, and we can do virtual consults too. What's new? Actually, we just got a skin instant lab. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. It's a way usually the Biologique, the Ambassade in Paris has the machine, but it's a way to analyze the skin. It's not a way to replace kind of what we do as facialists as far as touching the skin, because we want to do that too, but it's a way to just help you take a deeper look at your skin, how much pigmentation you have, how much sebum level, your barrier, and all of that. And then over time, you can use the Skin Instant Lab to see the progression of your facials and kind of recommend any products for you. So that's new. We're going to be launching that for January. And again, I want to focus on teens and education more in that arena. And our team is growing. So all the exciting things for next year. And yes, thanks for the online store mention, because that's rather new and just another way of us helping get Biologique Recherche in everybody's hands. Because as you ladies know, you must try it. You must have it. Yeah.
Where can everyone find you? Where are you on Instagram, on the socials and the website and everything like that?
Thanks so much. We're big on Instagram. A lot of people find us. We're at elo.skin. And all the SDs here, we all have our own, little pages where you can find tips and tricks. And we're on Facebook as well. So yeah, that's as far as social media goes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And Lacy, our podcast is called Just Getting Better. So how are you just getting better?
Oh gosh. Well, my 44th birthday's any day now. Yeah, I mean,
you're a Sagittarius?
What'd you say?
Are you a Sagittarius?
I am.
Me too.
Yay. When's yours?
The 18th.
Mine's the 18th.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Wednesday.
Wow.
Yes, Wednesday. Yeah.
Yay. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. So you're exactly a week before Christmas. You
I'm
know,
a
all the
week.
struggles.
Yes, all of
Being
them.
a
Yeah.
Christmas baby.
Christmas baby, yes.
Yeah. So I guess just getting better would be just always learning, you know, always being open-minded and growing, you know. Um, again, like what we do with skin, never putting yourself in a box and just, yeah, meeting people, growing, being open. That's probably my thing. So,
Perfect.
Well,
Thank
you're
you so
great
much.
at your thing.
oh, thanks, Michelle.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Lacy.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us today, Lacy.
Yeah, thanks for
It's great to
having me.
talk
I
to you.
love this. I love, yeah, seeing all the people you interview, the hormone specialists. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's incredible. Yes.
For doing what
Yes.
you guys do.
Well, we love what you do, and we're so thankful for you. And I know I'm thankful for you. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
And I can't wait to see you in the new year.
I know. Yes, it's so cool. We have the same birthday. So have a good one. Hopefully you're getting a
I had
special
no
gift
idea.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun. You know, usually it's funny because I usually ask for like BR products. That's
Yeah,
the only beauty products I ask people to buy me. I never ask them to buy me any other product but that.
I love that.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you
all
so
right.
much.
Well, thank
All right.
you. And
Yeah.
everyone, yes, tune in. Like I said, this is a fun little way of doing this episode on Instagram and Facebook, but then it will also be available through our normal channels as well, Apple and Spotify and YouTube. So, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lacey.
So much. I hope you ladies have a good night.
Have a
and I'll
great holiday
You
too.
too.